Hi.
Hi, Harry. I want to look at a number, and the number I want to look at is this 7215. Is so from a work tribe point of view, what we wanted to do was disable 7215 users, and that's the number that you got. All I'm saying is, if I go to work tribe and if I go to users and if I export the members, what I do is I get this report out here, and
Hmm.
it's a report for almost 30,000. But I noticed there are some, let's say there are duplicates. So Alai Mohammed, there's two. Amana, well, there isn't in that case, but there seems to be a lot of duplicates. So even if it came down to 15,000, I don't, I'm it's this number 7215 because if I take the same export report and I say, okay, well, what's going to be disabled. So just look at disabled and reduce the list down. That still takes me to 14,250, which is kind of like half of what was before. And if I look at, so I did some spot checks on the yellows, and that was fine. That was absolutely fine. That was so. If I come over to Work Tribe, if I look at this Cecilia, I can see that she was deactivated. And I'll say from a Fusion point of view, looking at the login to retain the ISIS as we saw a second ago, then go to that and then see the I can see when I try and cluster against the record in the post ref, I'm getting the ISIS and not the Fusion, because on the Fusion side, if I look at
Hmm.
I can see the assignment number being the E value, so I'm not seeing that for on the post ref. But if I just say from a numbers point of view, how you get to the 7215,
So
and yet,
maybe there's a good way to check this. So if you filter that login as well, the column login
yeah,
with, is there a contains text or something? Oh no, you cannot do that, right? So what I mean to say is like we just need to select only that at the rate
okay,
ICAC.uk.
okay. So if I do like at, then I can select everything with an at and do it that way. So let it search, and
Yeah,
then let me
yeah,
do OK to that.
yeah.
All right, now let's see the column, and I get 3878. Maybe that's because
Yeah, that's because it's not totally done, right? So
so
do the
then
same thing after all the process is done, then we can check, right? Or just
let me do it now.
can
Yeah.
you remove the disable now?
So
No, in the Excel.
yeah,
Can you remove the disable and then let's see like how many come up now, right? So
it was only disabled. What I'm saying is, let me run it again just now because it would have changed a little bit if we got three
no,
eights.
no, that's what I'm saying. So even before running, no, why is it saying only disabled? They should be enabled for ICAC as well, right?
Let me clear the filter. Okay. First, okay. Do you want everything
Yeah, I want everything. So just keep it.
and then
And
log in with?
then, yeah, just with at the rate.
All right.
So this should at least give like all the Fusion users, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see what is the count now.
A little bit, I'm trying to see duplicate names here, but okay, let's do accounts. 7,000 6933.
6933. Yeah, so see, it all depends on we are running this morning, and yeah, how would we know the previous state exactly? Like we should have done this probably before running the thing, right?
Yeah.
Then we could have got clear indication.
Yeah. So there are these duplicate users. Everything pink is a duplicate user. So
Hmm.
so what was the yeah, it's almost like saying what's the pre-validation to doing this before we do it, so we have an understanding of what our numbers.
No, but what I mean is like we should have extracted this data before
Okay.
starting the process. it would have been much clearer. Now, how would we know like what it exactly contained?
Yeah. Okay. What do we want to achieve from this then? We've done at the rate of, I've done to get an
So
idea.
basically, all the new users, new Fusion users that we pushed um into Worktribe should be archived.
Yeah. And I, I, I do see that on the spot checks.
Yeah. So, but after completing the process,
Yeah.
the other check is if we can see the again the export this all users and then check uh, if we have any @ICAC still not disabled,
Yeah.
then we can look into that. That's probably the better way, right?
Fine. Yeah. So it should be something along the lines of let's clear that filter, and it should be leave that as it is, and then just search on login at the rate of,
Yeah.
and then see what's remained, what we get left. So just take it there, search on just at the rate.
Mm.
Uh, gives us this. Let it just work itself out. That gives 6933, and then what? Figure out from disable what's been
Yeah.
disabled.
Yeah.
Okay, so then take that out. Just go disable. Go OK. That gives us 3878. So if it's 3878, if I go to Worktribe now and now do a download for users, so go to users and now do a export members. Now take a new one because more should have gone through. It should have a different result, is what I'm thinking. So now
Yeah.
take the top row. Let's go blue. Make life easy with filter. Just expand columns a bit. Okay, so now if we do at the rate of just to see what we get. Okay, we'll take it and we say there are same 6933 and disabled 5544. That looks different to, just get rid of the filters. At the rate of, this was the earlier record. We'll take it. And then we have 6933 the same, but how many of those were disabled earlier? And there were 3878, and now we're saying 5544, so 384858. So about 1,700 more have been disabled
Yeah. Yeah.
in about 40, 50 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and if we say these are disabled, then if we did a spot check and went in against user, we see, deactivated. And those are the yellow lines that I showed a bit earlier. So
Mm.
fine. So then if we wanted to cost this person against the project, we would only see where did that go? We should only see the ISIS post-ref and not the Fusion post-ref. So then if we go to a budget and add this person to the budget, then it would be, let me search. Yeah, so the post-ref here says that's an ISIS post-ref, not a Fusion post-ref, because it was deactivated. As we saw over here. Okay, so are we saying the better practice would have been to have done this type of an analysis beforehand.
Yeah, we should have extracted. I didn't even know this. We could do this. So if we have extracted all this before the exercise, then we could have got a clear picture of like what person records are there already in the Worktribe, right?
Yeah.
And then we could have easily compared with what we get after this process. But now, like, we don't have the previous snapshot.
Yeah.
So all we can do is like what we sent through from the current BIP report is containing all the @icac.uk
Yeah.
and make sure that all of them are disabled.
Fine. It gives us a reconciliation process as well before and after, so we have an idea of what we actually did.
Yeah. But I think even then, like this should not, unless we are kind of going and corrupting the existing users,
Yeah.
this should not matter, because this is the exercise that we will never do in UAT or prod. We had to do this just because uh,
Duplicate
we ran the
users.
integration process with wrong data, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So because we created duplicates because of some wrong data in the Fusion and BIP report, we got into this situation. But in UAT, and once we fix this, and once we revert that seed with person number, then this should not exist anyway.
Okay. Then that's fine, but for the sake of if we ever have to do this for duplicates, this should be part of the process to do.
Yeah.
We'll take
Extract first all the persons and maybe keep a copy of that so that
Yeah.
we can have a baseline to compare that against uh, the result after.
Do you think we'll be repeating this process again in any other environment, or is this the last one?
Uh, no, I think this should be the last one. Why would we do this again and again? Because once we fix that state to seed issue,
Yeah.
then we should not ever get this situation of creating a duplicate user in the first place, right? So
Yeah. Okay, fine. That's fine for now. Thanks for that, Harry. Good stuff.
yeah.